think it's time for me to put my 2 penneth in on The Rock. First of all, a lot of people blame Triple H for the build to WrestleMania, and he has definitely got something to say there, but I think The Rock and TKO are probably more at fault here. The Rock is becoming a problem in my eyes because I think he makes it about himself. But there's definitely a few moments you can look at over the last year, one whole year, and go, what's that about now? We always say, let's wait and see, and I think we now can go, So, for example, let's go with the Raw after WrestleMania 40, the weird belt swap. That was bad. And it made my top 10 worst moments of WWE and AEW last year. If you go watch our Christmas episodes, we always do a worst of wrestling in 2020, in that case 4. That was bad. It made no sense. It looked awkward. And it led to, again, nothing. And then we had Bad Blood, where Rock comes out, stopping CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rightly main eventing. And he does his 3 symbol, which now still makes no sense. Why was that there? It felt like The Rock was just in the vicinity and he could turn up, and we've got no explanation for that. Again, now it's been 8 months now. What was the reason for that? But then we got the Raw on Netflix, and The Rock turns up first. He's the first person we see, and he's in babyface shill mode, and he likes Cody Rhodes now, and he's had a tickly with him, and they've forgiven each other. Okay, that was also awful, and if it doesn't make my top 10 of worst in wrestling this year, I'd be surprised. I hated that. But then The Rock comes back anyway, because he needs Cody to sell his soul. Which is a decent storyline. I actually don't mind the storyline. But the problem is, it was random because apparently he got a phone call. Oh, the Elimination Chamber tickets are going really slowly right now. There's 2 things I will say to that. 1, if they were, that's because you were pricing people out. They are ridiculous prices right now. And 2, it's been proven to be not true. The prices were fine at the time of when Rock was saying it. Literally, the tickets were selling reasonably well. Absolutely reasonably well. It then is proven that Dave Meltzer was right for the first time in what feels like a million years, that Cena was actually meant to turn at WrestleMania, which now feels like a better moment to do it. As much as I actually thought the moment at Elimination Chamber was brilliant, and I actually worked really well with the whole Soul story, even though he rambled on SmackDown for, like I am doing now, awful promo The Rock did just before SmackDown. It was a good heel turn from Cena. It was really, really world-changing in WWE. Would have been really good at WrestleMania, and we wouldn't have the weird, why is Cena turning? Because now The Rock did not turn up. He says, oh, I step back from it now. But you put yourself into the story. The Cena turned for you. It makes no sense. Right now, The Rock is doing a bad thing for WWE, and him stepping back just as he implemented himself into the story is the worst thing you could have done. Either don't put yourself in the story at all, or if you're going to put yourself, you've got to do the story. And from the sounds of it, it's not going to be at next year's Mania either. What do you think about The Rock? I think he's the problem with WrestleMania this year.